Evening, folks. Brian here. It's Friday, May 9, 2025. Sorry, got no more shorts. Gonna call Indonesia, get some more sent down. I'm putting together several clips of why I believe former President Obama knows about the Planet X system. I've done this video before, but I'm trying to make it shorter. I have so many videos, it's buried in the past, so not everybody knows about it. I'll just quickly redo it again. So I'm going to go through his itinerary and why I believe on March 25 and or 26, he went to the South Polar Observatory, which is an observatory right in the middle of the Antarctica, placed there because it's the observation platform for the upcoming Planet X system. So this is our orbital plane of our planets. It is theorized or understood that the Planet X system comes from the bottom, from the south. And that's why you have the South Polar Observatory. When we're talking about the South Magnetic Pole, I believe, because of the magnetic connection, that is what's keeping magnetic south from moving as fast as magnetic north. But anyway, so I got spliced together a whole bunch of clips. I think I'm just going to play them and see how it goes. So this is a model of our universe, planet Earth up here. You can use the tools. You can go back in time, forward in time. Now, it is understood or reported that Planet X, part of the system, comes up from below our orbiting planets. In this direction here, from below, will pass between Earth and Mars, will come up around the sun, and then depart our solar system back down in this direction. So once again, approaches from the bottom. Between Mars and Earth, swings around our sun, then leaves our system. Now, getting back to President Obama and his trip through South America, there's a few blank spots in his itinerary. I suggest that on March 25th and or 26th, he made a trip from Argentina to the South Polar Observatory. I'll show you that in a minute. Now, there's going to be certain times during the orbits that the approaching Planet X from the bottom will be seen by the South Polar Observatory telescope. And again, one of those days was March 2016. Let's see where the Earth was on that day. Just give me a moment here. Well, will I find it? So this is the South Pole Observatory. That's 2027. So where's Earth on March 26, 2016? It's right here. South Polar Observatory. On the bottom of the Earth, catching a view of the approaching Planet X from the bottom. And again, the only location on our planet, which is the South Pole, right in the middle of the Antarctica, the South Pole Observatory, built specifically to monitor and track the approach of Planet X. And actually, while doing my research notes to get ready for this video, I came across this article, Planet X Hunt Heats Up with a Revolutionary Telescope Technology. This is actually dated January 13, 2025. Just a few months ago. And this is located in Chile, South America. The Vera C. Rubin Observatory in Chile. Very interesting. Now, I did this video before, and someone commented that on March 25, Obama was golfing in the United States. I checked. I will thoroughly check before I make a suggestion. The only thing I can find is that he was golfing on March 20th, 2016. Now, speaking of President Obama, let's go through his itinerary for 2016. Before I do, something else. In February 12, 2016, the Russian Orthodox Patriarch Kirill went to Havana, Cuba, where he met for the first time in almost 1,000 years, not him, but between the two churches. The two churches met for the first time in almost 1,000 years with Pope Francis. While at the airport, apparently there was a secret meeting, closed-door meeting between Pope Francis and Patriarch Kirill. This story actually veers off course about something else. Four days later, Patriarch Kirill was hastily sent down to the Antarctica. There's a reason. It has nothing to do with this video. You can find various reports on the internet. Now it comes to the Obamas. Between March 20 and March 22, President Obama went to Havana, Cuba. Among meeting other people, he met Cardinal Ortega. March 23 to 24, he proceeds to Argentina, where he met the Cardinal there, Cardinal Poli, and Archbishop of Buenos Aires, or the Archbishop of Buenos Aires. After these 1-2 day period, on the 25th, he proceeds to the southern point of Argentina. March 23 to 24, he proceeds to Argentina, where he met the Cardinal there, Cardinal Poli, and Archbishop of Buenos Aires, or the Archbishop of Buenos Aires. After these 1-2 day period, on the 25th, he proceeds to the southern point of Argentina. This is where the secondary observatory is for Planet X. So President Obama proceeds to, and I don't remember the exact location, to a southern point in Argentina. There's one of only a couple of locations in the southern portion of South America where there's a transfer point to Antarctica. Interesting. Now we're going to get to the movie Leave the World Behind. The executive producers were the Obamas, who helped write the screenplay. Now, throughout the movie, they show something. They want to show you something. They want to show you something that is perhaps a celestial body. They want to show you that it is closer to the earth than the sun. So they want to put this visualization in your head. So when you look at Carlos Ferrada, the Chilean researcher into Herculaneum and his language, Planet X, by his calculation, it'll pass between as close as to Earth as 14 million kilometers. Perspective, the sun is 150 million kilometers. I think they were very cleverly done. Cover story. Cities are being targeted by nuclear bombs. Or substations exploding from the induction, from the sudden powerful hit of geomagnetic storms. And why would a helicopter still be flying around if it's a nuke? The emergency alert message. White House and major cities under attack by rogue armed forces. Cover story. Elevated radiation levels detected near multiple population centers. Elevated radiation levels detected near multiple population centers. It doesn't say anything about nuclear attack or nuclear detonations. It just says elevated radiation levels from rips and tears in the protective magnetic field. And in the scene of the disorientated deers, so as I've stated before in previous videos, deers as well as cows will align their bodies to the magnetic field lines. They will align themselves facing north when they want to lie themselves down at rest, as long as we have a stable orientated magnetic field lines. However, if we're going to get multiple hits by large solar flares, and it's just going to put the magnetic field in a sudden jolt state of disorientation, fragmentation, the wild animals are going to pick up on that. Now in the movie, there are 3 separate scenes, 3 separate timelines in the bedroom. The wall mural of the ocean. Take a look at the height. Later in the movie, now look at the height of the ocean. The seas are becoming a little bit rougher. Third scene, height of the ocean, right up to the ceiling. Luke 21, verse 25. The roaring and the tossing of the sea and the changing tides. Oceans inundation, earth wobble. What's the one thing I teach you about radiation storms? Ringing in the ears, tinnitus. Now in the movie, of course, it's much more intense, as it would be if we're going to be getting bombarded by multiple hard hits, hard X-ray hits and radiation hits from multiple explosive events from the sun. And of course, a plane's avionics will be affected.
I just want to know, what is the truth?
Everything I know, I have told you.
I don't believe you.
And in another part of the scene, the black actress says, the truth is much scarier. Just before leaving office, President Obama on October 18, 2016 signed Executive Order 13744, coordinating the efforts to prepare the nation for space weather events. In the form of solar flares, solar energetic particles, and geomagnetic disturbances. And section 7, definitions. Space weather means variation in the space environment between the sun and the earth, and in brackets, and throughout the solar system. And to include people like Carlos Ferrada, Chilean researcher, scientist. Again, put in almost 59 years of research into Planet X. In his language, he calls Hercleobus. So there was a gentleman on YouTube, his name is Steve. He goes by the name, or went by the name of Skywatch Media News, who did a lot of coverage into the Planet X system. He put out a lot of videos in what year? 2016. So it looks like his videos are still up. Now, he disappeared offline for quite a while. I believe it was about a year ago, maybe less. He came back, but only for about a month, and then went offline again. Again, Skywatch Media News. Another well-known and respected gentleman is Mr. John Moore, who did a lot of research into Planet X. Mr. Moore is a former U.S. Green Beret Special Forces, PSYOP, Middle East Intelligence, retired homicide detective. So just go to YouTube, John Moore, Planet X. You'll find quite a bit of information. Actually, maybe that's not the end, a little bit more. So there's a point to all this. So before all of this, there was something of religious significance which brought the three religions together: Islam, as well as Patriarch Kirill and Pope Francis. Something happened. So they proceeded first. And then President Obama. Just put aside what you think about him, okay? So then he goes down and meets with certain religious people in Havana, Cuba, and Argentina. Then I believe he carried on from there to the South Polar Observatory to witness firsthand the approach of Planet X. Like I said, he then implemented Executive Order 13744 to prepare the nation. There's more to the story than that. The Secretary, John Kerry, also went down there in November 2016. President Putin also attended virtually. When Obama went down there, James Clapper, the head of the NSA, attended with him, but he broke off and he went out for a secret visit to inform the Australian government. Shortly afterwards, the Governor General of Australia proceeded to Antarctica. So for whatever reason, when he did the screenplay for that movie, Leave the World Behind, despite what you think, I think it was very cleverly done. Obvious that he wants to send us a message. He has to include the cover story of the cyber attack. I can take almost every single scene from that movie and explain what would happen to our planet if all of a sudden we get bombarded by major solar impact events. A sudden hard X-ray hits the ears and so forth. I just finished going through it. What would happen to the grid? What's been happening to the grid in here and there and other areas right now? Does this fit into my explanation or my theory, my idea that the planet is now developing a multipolar field 4, 6, 8, or 10 magnetic poles are now beginning to develop, severely weakening our protective magnetic field. And our sun that's becoming hyperactive because maybe Sal is getting a little bit too close and is making that electromagnetic connection. See, to me, it all comes together. He wanted to tell us. Why else would you put a visualization of a red celestial body close to planet Earth? And so on, and so on, and so on. In that movie, they are showing what would happen if all of a sudden our magnetic field just breaks down or rips open, or multiple holes as the sun begins. Well, it's my observational opinion, folks. Oh, that is all, as you were.